John and the Hippocratic Oath. This digital story is fictional. Any resemblance to real people or events is purely coincidental. On a cold December night in the city of Boston, 12-year-old John decided to walk to his friend's apartment down the street. At around the same time, Susan Gallagher was driving home from having drinks with some of her coworkers. She had only a couple drinks, so she thought she would be okay to drive down the road to her house. On his way to his friend's house, John looked both ways before crossing the street, just like he was taught. But unfortunately, that was not enough. Susan's car quickly turned the corner as John stepped off the sidewalk. Within 2 short seconds, John was hit by Susan's car and he was thrown into the middle of the street. A nearby witness, in shock, immediately rushed over to the scene and called 911. An ambulance arrived in 5 minutes and rushed into the pediatric intensive care unit at Boston University Hospital. After 15 minutes of being at the hospital, John's body couldn't fight anymore and he flatlined. As if by force of habit, the health professionals at Boston University Hospital resuscitated John, causing him to be put on a life support machine and into a coma. John's mother, Amanda, arrived shortly after to find her 12-year-old son in a coma, fighting for his life. She rushed to her son's bedside immediately, where Dr. Smith was waiting to answer any questions she had. "What happened to him?" "Ma'am, please calm down. I know this is a shock, but your son was hit by a drunk driver earlier tonight and was brought here in critical condition. He was stable for about 15 minutes before he flatlined." "But we don't want him to grow up hooked to a machine. His whole life will be in this hospital. You should have checked with us before." "I'm sorry, but your son was here for 15 minutes without you. There was no way we couldn't have saved him." "Isn't there a law that doesn't allow doctors to work on a minor when the parents or legal guardians are not present?" "I'm sorry, but when I became a physician, I made an oath to my profession that said, I will apply for the benefit of the sick all measures that are required, avoiding those twin traps of overtreatment and therapeutic nihilism. We knew we were able to save him, and we did what we had to do in order to preserve his life." "So what are the odds that John will survive this? And when will he wake up?" "Unfortunately, because of the impact of the car and his age, John may not survive for more than a month. When we resuscitated him, we didn't think his body would still be so weak, but at least his heart responded." "Are you telling me that by saving my son, you basically put him in more danger without my consent?" "Ma'am, I'm so sorry, but just like I told you, I'm required by the Hippocratic Oath to save someone flatlining if they do not have prior instructions. I'm sorry again, and I'll leave you with him." After Dr. Smith left, Amanda thought about what he just told her, but she did not want to believe that her son was in a coma. Sadly, Dr. Smith was correct, and John did not survive for more than 7 days. This left Amanda wondering what could have happened if she arrived at the hospital at least 15 minutes earlier than she did.